go. You do me a favor. Hold it right there. No, hold the phone. You started to cool.
It's another one of them smoking songs, you know what I'm saying? Where my potheads at? Right here.
It's that time. Bad Moon Rising, the podcast, we back. Shan the man, he's back.
Yep.
Been a long time. It's been a while, We'll explain why here in a minute. Them haters has been hating. I see you, Prime Time. I see you promoting the Lone Wolf. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the promotion. Good promotion, bad promotion. It's all promotion. Thank you, buddy. Keep watching, keep tuning in, keep pushing my name, and I'm gonna keep doing my thing. La 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 la. We good on the music. So yeah, it's been what? How long has it been since we done a podcast?
Almost a month, I'd say.
Yeah, scoot in, get a little bit closer. I doubt they can hear you.
Almost a month, I'd say.
A month? It's been that long? 2-3 weeks, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, the reason why we ain't been doing them here lately is because Shannon has had his work schedule ain't lined up to where we can really do one. And I could have done it with other people or by myself, but I'm not gonna do it by myself like a fag. And I didn't really want to do it with anybody else other than Shannon, or I do it if Jay was here. You know what I mean? But y'all about the only two I really want to do it with. I have fun with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've known each other a pretty good long time now.
Yeah, I got to do it with the crew. If I can't do it with the crew, I ain't gonna do it at all, baby. So how's work been?
Relentless. It's like 7 days a week, and you're lucky if you get like a Sunday off. But hey, it pays good money. I mean, that's why I'm there. That's the whole reason.
you gotta do whatever you gotta do to survive, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they work you like a slave. We don't never get to hardly hang out anymore.
Nope.
And hardly get a day off.
I just got switched back to my old department too, so maybe I'll be able to get a weekend off soon.
Hell yeah. I hear that. I've been job hunting myself. Ran across a few jobs. Man.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You just gotta hit that one good spot when someone's open a position. They'll catch you.
See, I can get a job. That ain't the problem. The problem is I don't want to. That's the problem. I want to fight, and I only want to fight. That's the only thing I really want to do. I don't like getting. It never fails to never keep a job long, because if I have no interest in what I'm doing, then you're not gonna keep me around unless you're paying me
Top dollar.
Top dollar, yeah. And I've had a few good jobs where I made a lot of money. I worked for that nuclear power plant. I was making $20 an hour plus.
That was a hell of a job.
Yeah, I was making over $2,000 a week doing that. But the bad thing about that is you're taking in a lot of radiation, you know. And I'm young. Most of the people that worked on them nuclear jobs were older men, you know what I mean, in their 40s, 30s, and some 50s and 60s. I was young and working on that thing, and I didn't want to spend a career working on a radiation, nuclear power plant around all that radiation and fucking have cancer by the time I'm 35, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The money ain't worth it. Yeah, I was making money, but by God, I'd rather live a few more years, you know what I mean?
Then have like tumors and shit.
Yeah, buy some time, fuck that. And then I had another good job locally doing construction as well, but I just don't like construction, honestly. The people there.
No, construction's definitely like one of the last jobs I've ever wanted.
You have, man, the fucking people you work with, them welders, like for me, when I was working with welders and pipe fitters, they're smart asses, man. And I about had to whoop a few of them, you know what I mean? Because they like to run that fucking mouth like they know everything.
Yeah.
They got them smart ass mouths. So that construction don't work out for me because I'll end up hurting somebody running that mouth.
Like to be making a living on this right here. It'd be cool.
Making podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be cool. How long does it say we in? 5 minutes? Is that right?
It says 5 minutes. No, 1 hour. And
That's what I'm saying. This thing's reading weird. It's hard to keep up the time because. Yeah, 5 minutes, 36 seconds. That's how we're going. Okay, we're good. We're good. I was just reading it the wrong way. That's how much time I got left to record. There's some fights going down in Pigeon Forge Saturday night. Tim Lewis show. He's doing an all-pro Valor show, which is pretty badass. It's good for the region because we need an all-pro show around here locally to do our thing. And I'm gonna make some of my own predictions on the fights I know about and the fighters I know about and how I think it's gonna go. And Shannon, if you got anything you want to throw in there, because you might know a few of these from just being around with me and fucking around, you know.
All right.
First fight is Brandon Mahan. I think I said that right. And Rick Caruso or whatever. Caruso. Brandon, I think he's like a karate guy. And Rick, I think he considers himself a grappler. I'm not for sure 100%. I've seen them both fight a few times. I got Brandon winning that one by decision. You know anything about those guys? You got anything you want to throw in on that?
Neither one.
You don't know shit about him? Brandon, he's one of my favorite guys to talk to on Facebook when it comes to sports. I like giving him a hard time with sports. He's a Miami Hurricanes fan.
That doesn't make well.
Yeah, I'm a Hokies, you know what I mean? So I got to give him a little hell. They got lucky the other night and beat us. But it's all right. We'll be back next season.
Yeah.
Another fight I want to talk about is one of my good friends, Roy Real Steel Sanders, fighting, I think the guy's first name's James Adcock, something like that, from KMAA. I know some people might call it an upset, but I'm actually picking my boy Roy Sanders by submission in the second round on that one. I think he's got something for him. I think he'll catch him with, I see him catching him with a triangle choke. I see Roy throwing a triangle choke on him and finishing it in the second round. Any predictions on that one, Shannon?
I'll go with Roy Sanders. I'm just trying to figure out a way, like, what he'd get him. Let's see. I say he gets him with the Anaconda choke the second round.
You saying Anaconda?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Roy, do you have an Anaconda, son? Let's see it. Another one on here is Billy Mullins. Billy the Kid Mullins. I like that nickname. I've trained with Billy a long time ago when I very first started training in MMA at East Tennessee Boxing and Grappling. He came up and we sparred. He's a good fighter. He's solid. He was a real good amateur. He ain't had the success at the pro level that he had as an amateur. I'm not sure what that is or why. I think it's a mental thing. I think he's got the talent to be real good pro, but he's fighting Randy Stamey, who's making his professional debut from fucking Striker MMA in Bristol, I believe that's right. And this one, I got Mullins winning submission, first round.
I don't know any of them.
You don't know either one of them? Yeah, I think Mullins gets that victory. It's been a while. And then here's a fight. I wish I'm not gonna be able to go Saturday night because I had some other shit pop up. But this is a fight that I hate to miss. Is Judd Brown making his debut and also Jason King making his debut. Them two are fighting each other. That could be a possible fight of the night. Well, but I don't. The way I predicted it won't be fight of the night. I think it'll be exciting, but I think as long as it lasts. But I think Judd Brown's going to catch Jason King and knock him out cold. I see that happening. That boy's got some powerful hands. He just destroyed. Well, I don't want to say destroyed because Dylan held his own, but he just knocked out Dylan O'Sullivan not too long ago. He caught Dylan with a nice shot. So, and that's not the only person. I've seen him catch other people as well. You know anything about those guys?
Not a bit, man.
Okay. Then right here, another one I'm interested in seeing how it turns out for my professional debut reasons, because hopefully I get one of these guys to fight for my pro debut. I'm aiming for Sam Burns. We'll see how that goes, but Sam Burns versus Dustin Dyer. I fought both of these guys. Adam Townsend made a little smart-ass comment saying they destroyed me. Well, let me check you on that, homie. Go back to the video, me versus Dustin Dyer. Watch it in slow-mo. And you tell me that we didn't clash fucking heads, and that ain't what dropped me, boy. And I was winning the fight up until that point. So, no, I didn't get my ass kicked by Dustin Dyer, and I'd love to have the rematch to prove a point. Because, like I said before, I got one hell of a chin. Dustin Dyer didn't knock me down with a hand, with punches. He knocked me down with a clash of heads. Your head is a lot heavier than a fist. You know what I mean? So when you clash heads, that's a different ball game, baby.
Yep.
But anyways, I got something for either one of him, Sam Burns or Dustin Dyer. Any one of them guys want to hit me up, we'll set it up. I got Dustin Dyer winning by TKO in the first round. And then the main event's going to be a pretty awesome fight. Anthony the Beast Lemon versus Justin Fisher. Anthony Lemon, I seen him fight Tyler Mitten. He knocked out Tyler Mitten, if I ain't mistaken. And I know he beat him, but I can't remember how he finished him. I think it was knockout. And then Justin Fisher, he like exploded on the scene here recently. He called out Tyler Mitten. Tyler Mitten didn't want no part of it. This is going to be a good fight. I got Anthony Lemon by KO in the second round. That'll be a fun one, though. Anthony Lemon also was a Bellator vet. He fought Bellator as well. So
that's good. That'll be a good main event.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Yeah, it's going to be a good fight card. There's much more. There's more fights, but I just don't know enough about the guys to make a prediction on them, so I didn't touch those. So how's it been going in Shannon's world? What's going on in the world of Shannon?
Really nothing. Just the same old stuff over and over. Working. Like I said earlier, just working all the time, man. And hopefully I'll be living somewhere new within the next 2 weeks. That's kind of something to look forward to.
What's that death row inmate you got wrote down there?
Yeah, I heard about this death row inmate that had a choice of his last meal, and the guards or whatever is in charge of it, like whoever is in charge of it, like tries to give whatever the inmates to eat, whatever they want. I mean, anything. So that the guy actually,
their last meal.
The guy actually asked for a kid, a little baby kid. Asked for the last meal. So that was actually, from what I seen on the internet, trying to find a kid that had a disease overseas so they could ship him over here so he can eat it.
Disease overseas.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like how you said that rhyme, disease overseas. That sounds like something Ice Cube to say, but
yeah.
So what is it? My bad. All I heard was disease overseas. What was you saying? What happened? They bringing diseases overseas or something?
No, the inmate wanted a baby kid, so they wanted to get a baby kid from overseas to
eat.
Yeah,
for him to eat it. Where's this at?
So I think it was in Texas or some prison like that. I can't remember.
Oh shit!
His last meal before he gets hung, hung.
And they was considering it.
Chair.
Let's consider letting him go through this.
They was actually coming up with shit where to go to, like what country.
Yeah, it's crazy as hell.
Pretty crazy.
What else you got going on over on that paper? Got anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah. I seen a pretty funny picture that there was this woman and she had her boobs out and her baby was, had one titty, and on the other side there's a goat just going at her other titty, just drinking the milk just like the baby.
So baby is on one titty sucking milk and then goat on the other?
Yeah. And I read a comment and someone said, oh, well, at least she'll be drinking the goat milk later. And that kind of cracked me up,
That's crazy, man. Yeah, you see some crazy shit on the internet. I remember when they was showing that 2 girls, 1 cup. You remember that?
Yeah.
You ever see that shit?
Yeah.
Ugh, that was disgusting.
Remember watching the reactions of people who
Yeah,
see it. It's pretty funny to
I
watch
seen
their faces.
Joe Rogan's reaction. It was hilarious. They wasn't just that. There was also something else I seen on there that somebody told me to go watch. It was the something Olympics. And you get on there and there's guys like mashing their fucking nuts with
yeah.
hammers and shit like
Yeah,
that.
someone cutting their dick off with an axe.
Yeah. I hope that was fake. I hope guys ain't that fucking stupid to do some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know what kind of reward you getting, man.
Yeah.
I guess the only reward you're gonna get is not having a dick. That ain't no reward.
It makes me sick in my stomach thinking about it. I don't think this change the subject. I'm getting sick thinking about that shit.
It's pretty sick. So what do you think about the new Slipknot CD?
From what I've heard, it's pretty good. They got some good songs. They got a little bit different sound. One thing I noticed is how you say it, drummer's name, Joey Jordison.
Joey Jordison.
I noticed that you could tell the difference of the new drummer and him.
Yeah.
And how they sound. It's a different sound.
Yeah.
What do you think about
I like a couple of songs. It's like the old Slipknot to me. Like it grows on me the more I hear it.
it? Right.
My favorite from the album is AOV. And I'm kind of... Kill Pop's okay in a way. I like Kill Pop.
Andy showed me Custer, which is about the battle of
Yeah.
what is the battle of
Little something.
Bighorn, Little Horn, or some shit.
Little Horn.
It's pretty badass. Well, I mean, it's badass. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
He sent me some lyrics before I went and picked you up that he wrote. He just sent me the lyrics first. He's like, check this out. And I read them. And then I figured it was Slipknot or something. And I was like, that's pretty badass. Who's that, Slipknot? And he said, no, it's me. Andy's a pretty good writer.
Yeah.
Have you read some of the shit he wrote?
No. But he actually did write when he first started writing his songs. He actually showed me part of a song, but he didn't finish it, and it was pretty good.
I'll show you after the podcast on my phone of what he wrote earlier, and I swear, man, it's real good shit. It's some deep shit. It was it was metal. It's metal, but it was like about a psycho story about a psycho, and the thoughts he's having with himself is what the lyrics is kind of like. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
About a psychopathic thoughts type of thing.
Yeah.
And having a dialogue with himself through the lyrics, but it's pretty badass. I'll let you read it. So he's not only a badass drummer, he's a badass writer.
Yeah, he's a badass musician. He knows a lot of good songs.
He's been in the game for a long time, ain't he?
Yeah.
How long has he been drumming? How old was he when he started drumming? Do you remember?
Like 6 or 7, maybe.
Let's see.
A little bit year after.
That's crazy to be drumming since that young.
Me and him actually started drumming at the same time, but the problem with me is that when I got to North Dakota, my brother got mad at me and evidently cut the snare drum, so I couldn't play it no more.
So that was the end of your drumming career, wasn't it?
I could have probably been good too.
Never know.
Damn it, Nathan.
I know how it is, though. I'm a big brother too.
Which I've done something bad to my brother too. I mean, you know how brothers are.
Yeah, just go back and forth.
It's like pranking each other when you're younger.
Giving each other hell.
Yeah. I'd say he gave me more hell than I gave him, but I still had a few good ones in there.
Yeah, as the bigger brother, we got to establish dominance. You know, to let you know that we're the big brother and you're gonna listen. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a dominant thing. But hell, I never did have a big brother, but I had cousins. The shit like my first and second cousins and an uncle that I was around that was older than me that kind of gave me that treatment. A couple uncles actually, not just one. I've had a few. And they kind of roughed me up. They didn't really beat me up or nothing, but would wrestle, and they'd rough me up a little bit, make me stout. I think that's what made me stout and made me, like how you get a puppy. When I was a kid, when I get like a Rottweiler puppy, I wanted to make it mean, so I'd wrestle with it all the time and play with it and make it, bite me and stuff like that. And they usually did turn out to be, kind of rough dogs, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like they weren't shy from a fight, but that's kind of how I look at how they raised me. My uncles and my cousins and shit, they'd rough me up like that as a kid. They just, wrestle with me and put me in chokeholds and shit like that, and it made me tougher.
Yeah. Nathan did that to me too. Tried to choke me out a couple times. Drowned me a dozen times. I'd always hear my mama in the background yelling at him, telling him, stop it. From the kitchen all the way to the pool.
Yeah.
Because he's just every day trying to drown me.
I'll get him back sometime. I remember my Uncle Josh one time, he made me mad. And I was just a little kid before I started school. And I was like 4 or 5 and he was like 13 or some shit. And I picked up a rock and I busted his head with it. So we had a few of them moments. I remember though, as soon as I busted his head and I seen he started crying, but he was like pissed off crying, like he was going to come and beat me up at the time because I was too small, Yeah. And I started running. I ran in the house in there, and then he told my Papa Bill, Nana, which was my mama, and my mom, and then what I did, and then they tore my ass up.
Yeah.
But I've had a few of them moments. That's crazy shit.
Yep. I remember getting the damn switch, so my grandmother could whip me, whip my cousins. Sometimes she had us in a line. She was like, everybody's getting their ass whooping.
Yeah, my mama was vicious, man. She'd make us go get a switch sometimes. She'd make us go get her own switch that we was going to get switched with. And then sometimes, though, I got to a point when I got a little bit bigger. And she was out, she was in great shape. She was an old woman, plus she had cancer. But she would, if I'd make her mad and she was going to whip me, I'd run from her. I'd run outside and run. And then she'd follow me outside. She'd pick up a rock and throw it at me. She'd throw pots at me. She'd smack me in my face. My mama was rough, boy.
Get you one way or another, huh?
Hey, she didn't play no games about it. The scariest person, like in my life, was possibly my mama. And she was a scary person. She's somebody that would shoot you, stab you. She'll do whatever it takes. That's like, I ain't even bullshitting. Both my papas, my real papa, then my second papa she married, she shot both of them.
Wow.
And and then when she was younger, way before she met my papas, she was investigated in a murder. She didn't murder nobody, but she cleaned up the mess, the aftermath. And she was investigated for being like a part, what do you call it when you're like, not directly involved, but you're kind of associated with a murder.
Attempt?
No, it was I forget the word for it, but anyways, she wasn't involved. She didn't kill nobody, but she cleaned up the mess, and she was investigated for that. So my mama was gangster, man. She didn't play no fucking game.
She went through some stuff.
She was a scariest woman, man. I even had my dad to tell me one reason why he didn't come around that often is because he was scared of my mama. So.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty crazy, man. She was insane. I was scared of her, too, as a kid. That's why I ran like a motherfucker. I got in trouble. I was running for my life.
Yeah, my papa was pretty rough from what I heard, too. There's a couple stories, I would say, but can't do it. Probably upset some people.
It is what it is, man. We might have to get ready to start a part 2. We'll be back. You want to say bye, Shannon?
Bye-bye.